Hello. Abortion is one of those things that I've really struggled with because I grew up in the churches, but yet at the same time, that just this idea of life to me was more important than what I was told the excuses of abortion were, such as irresponsibility and, just sinfulness and whatnot. So I was always against abortion, but ignorantly so. And as I grew up and I realized that it can be more complicated and it's not my choice to make, I began to just struggle with the idea of, yes, I'm pro-life, but I'm also pro-choice because I don't like to be told what to do. I don't want to go around telling anybody else what to do to ensure that I don't get told what to do. And so ultimately, I consider myself to be pro-choice with pro-life tendencies. Because personally, if it were up to me, if I was a woman or if I was a man with a woman who wanted to have an abortion, I would be against it, unless the woman's life was in danger. Then I find abortion acceptable. Any other case, including rape, which I find a very hard situation. I've never experienced it, but the idea of it seems very hard. And to conceive a child from rape, psychologically itself would be the hard part. The physical part, no, it would be no different. I would say, if it were up to me, that child should be put up for adoption. Simply because punishing a third party for something another party did is not right. And I understand that the woman may be, I don't want anything to do with him. I'll just think of the rapist every time I see the child, blah, blah, blah. As harsh as it may be, that would be the woman's inability to get over the fact that she was raped. And I understand that it's tough. But life does go on. It's just something each person must find out for themselves. And when I was observing nature and figuring out, okay, what is nature's stance on abortion? And I thought, okay, where do what one might call organic material stopped before its full life cycle is able to be completed? Things like chicken eggs, fruit, nuts, they're all eaten in their fertilized state, but not their implanted state, so to speak. The fruits and nuts, all edible, but then once they are implanted and start to grow, then people tend to not eat them. Same with eggs. As long as the embryo is not growing within the egg, they're edible. But generally speaking, once that embryo starts to form, they're no longer eaten. And so I take this as an example, as animals do the same thing. They will eat fruits and nuts. That, to me, is a form of abortion. It is cutting a fertilized entity short of its life cycle. And that is acceptable in certain circumstances. One, no waste. So why not use abortion or aborted fetuses for stem cell research? Very useful, absolutely medical breakthroughs, and should not be a religious or ethical issue at all. I would hope that if I was ever with a woman who wanted an abortion, she would come to me and ask, is this what you want? And I know that's not always the case, and that's another reason I have apprehensions against abortion, because it can be done anonymously or with only the woman's permission, and that would bother me as a man, to know that my child just got aborted because the woman didn't want it or felt they couldn't afford it or something like that. I would at least want discussion. And that's about it. Thank you.